Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Totally Pointless Podcast. This is episode 2, The Gift, part 2. So, for those of you that have trigger points or are easily get depressed or can get spooked, I highly suggest you not listen to this episode because there's going to be a lot of touchy subjects and stuff like that in this episode. So, I just want to forewarn you guys. So, anyways, the other experience that I had was around April 3rd. We just got done having dinner with my mom, and I got dropped off at work, and I just started feeling like really queasy and didn't feel good. But I didn't want to leave work. So as I'm getting ready to punch in for work, I get a call on my phone saying, my fiance saying that her dad just took a turn for the worse, and I was discussing with her whether or not she said, "I don't care what you do. I'm just letting you know." And I was panicking because I'm like, I don't have a way to get to get over to the hospital and all this stuff, and I was like, wasn't sure if I should call off work, and I'm like, I really want to be there for us. I just really felt really, really like I needed to be there, and so uh, I told my work, and they said, well, yeah, if a family emergency, we would probably recommend you do try to go. And just so happens one of the card attendants said he told them that he would take his lunch early so he could take me up to the hospital. So as I was getting up to the hospital, getting closer, and I'm just getting a little bit more uneasy, and I'm like having a hard time catching my breath, and I'm just really just it just like I'm just like totally speechless, and I'm sitting here going, this is not good, this is not good. And as soon as I get to the hospital, it's like my heart was getting heavier, and it seemed like it's just taking so long going down the hallway. It's just like I asked the desk where that was, and I was just it seemed like I kept going down and down and down this dark hallways. It's just doors and just opening, and as I'm getting closer and closer, I'm getting more uh, uneasy, uncomfortable, just chugging down there. It just I'm like, this is not something's not right. This is not good. As soon as I get into the room where my fiance was, they just announced that her dad passed. So it's like all the time I'm going down with the dimming of the lights was like I was actually her dad was like part of me, and I was like guiding him to the light. I guess it's what it felt like. It's just so hard to explain it, and it was creepy and stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I ended up taking a couple days off and just spending my time with my fiance and taking care of helping her take care of the funeral arrangements and things like that. It was pretty rough. And then uh there was another time that we went to my grandma and grandpa's house, and so my grandpa had a computer, and he's like, our computer is not, you know, when it turns on, the timer is resetting, keeps going back, to midnight. So me and my fiance went over there, and we opened it up, and we found out that the battery and the clock battery was dead. So we said, all right, we're gonna go. We went and got some parts for it, the battery, and we went to put it in, and then we got it to, and then after we put it in, it got to work. And my grandpa's like gave us some money to go get something to eat for dinner because we helped him out. And then we went to go in and see my grandma because she wasn't a nursing home, and they my grandpa took him out because they weren't taking care of her the way he wanted them to, and they were giving her meds that weren't working. So we talked to her, and then I'm like, I got this really weird feeling again. So we're talking to her, and as I look out of the house, me and my fiance, I go, look at her, and I said, my grandma is not gonna make it through tonight. And then like a couple seconds after I say that, my grandma's like, "Oh dear Lord, take me now, please take me, please take me," and she's just screaming and stuff. And then we went to eat, and by the time I got back to my sister's house, because I was supposed to watch my nieces and nephews, we got the call that my grandma passed. So I was like this gift thing sucks. It just really, really sucks. So yeah, it's just something that you just don't like, And then the other incident I had was obviously when my mom was getting ready to die, because she was diagnosed with like cancer, that like it was already at the late stages. They couldn't do anything or anything like that. And we went to see her. My friend took me up to go see her, and my fiance was able to come up after work, so I was able to talk to my mom and stuff like that. And she was telling me that she failed me, and my fiance was telling her that she'll make sure she takes good care of me, and she kind of felt like she was a little bit at ease. And she was trying to tell the doctor that she just wanted to go home, stay in her own house, and they told her, we'll be able to take you home soon, and everybody else. And I'm like getting uneasy, and as I'm walking out, I tell my fiance, my mom is not going to make it through the night. And then I went home and went to bed, and I had to get up. I had to go to work in the morning the next day, so I took one of those Nero's sleep things, and about just before midnight, I got a call saying my mom passed, and then I had to call my friend to see if he could take my work shift so I wouldn't get in trouble and stuff like that. And so that was another odd one. And then one time I was like I went to bed and was sleeping, and I had a weird dream, like at my mom's friend Jerry told me he was passing. And later on, in like early like the afternoon next day, I wake up and my stepdad calls me and goes, "I got something to tell you, some bad news." And I said, "What?" "My mom's friend Jerry died." And he's like, "How'd you know that?" And I was explaining myself, and it's just like it freaked him out, and he hung up the phone. So there was that. Um, and then there was a lot of other ones like my grandpa and stuff like that. Just it's just one of those things where I just keep on thinking, "Oh crap, this is not good." And yeah, but yeah, like just between the creepy feelings that I get, you just can't explain it to anybody. It's just you're either believe in it or you don't. But it's just something I don't wish anybody really to have, especially when you have people saying you have the gift, and you're trying to convince yourself you don't. But the more you try to convince yourself you don't, you've you proving that you have it more often. And it happens so much that, like, right now, like, I took some time off from longer to do this episode because I didn't. I was hoping that this episode, part two, would be I would get it done, and then nothing. Like I said, I won't have to worry about doing a part three to this. And but if I ever do, I'll do a part three. That'll definitely mean that I've had more stuff, and I really wish I could turn this off, like just turn it off for a little while. But I tried that, and it just doesn't work. So yeah, it's just really difficult. So and then also my grandpa, I got to see my grandpa quite a bit and hung out with him, and then because he got put into a nursing home because he wasn't able to take care of himself anymore. So me and my fiance would hang out with him quite a bit, and then there was just one day when I told my fiance, I said I tried calling him. He wasn't answering. She's like, well, maybe he was in the bathroom and stuff. And I said, no, I'm getting this really bad feeling and stuff, and call him. And then that's like a couple days later, my dad said he did pass a couple days ago, and they were trying to figure out how to tell me because it was already shook up with after all the other stuff that's happened, and so yeah, I ended up going to his funeral and saying my goodbyes, but that was like really hard because like my grandpa was like a second father, so and I hung out with him so much. We did crafts and uh, we did experiments like science because he liked science stuff. So we did a lot of the science experiments, and like I have a lot of good memories. Like I remember I wanted to make I wanted to like be like a robot. So he kind of like got some cardboard boxes and those little like I don't know what they call them really. They're um like like giant slinkies, but that's what I could probably say that attached them and did it for the legs and everything. It was pretty cool. I know, like, but as a kid, your imagination, runs wild and stuff like that. So it's just, yeah, it's great. And just doing all these silly science experiments and stuff like the magnetic experiments, and we did so many cool ones. Just it was fun, good old times. Like I remember we did the trying to think what it was, the lemon and the lemon battery thing. That one was pretty cool. Where you like get electric shock on your tongue and stuff like that. Um, yeah, we did so many things. Just so hard to like remember every little thing, but every day another memory will come forward and I'll remember. Um, and it helps a little bit, to help ease a little bit. I know my grandmother, which I'd always, if I was staying over there, like if my mom made something I didn't like or something, I would always call my grandma on the week. It was like a weekend. She'd pick me up and she'd make spaghetti for me and stuff. So I ended up having spaghetti, and then my grandpa would get off work, and we'd watch Mr. Wizard on Nickelodeon. And then when MacGyver was on, we'd always watch MacGyver. That was our other show that we'd watch. MacGyver. We'd also watch Columbo. So I had a lot of good shows and stuff like that. We'd watch. I still watch Columbo and I still watch MacGyver to this day. And I remember, yeah, we used to watch all those quirky TV shows back then. Oh man, all those weird shows and stuff, that the Mission Impossible stuff like that. always something. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say in this episode. Next episode should be a little bit more cheerful, or should be cheerful, unless something changes to the plan. So, like I said, these episodes are just I think of some stuff to discuss, and then I hopefully will put together something. And this other one's I got to put together, and so either it'll be part 3 of this if something happens. If not, it'll be a whole nother subject I'll be discussing. So hopefully you like this episode. I'm hoping to get more done on a more regular basis. But some of these episodes are really tough to record just because they hit on heartstrings for me, and they're hard to deal with because of the subject matters, but I still want to get them out there. So, anyways, thanks for listening. Feel free to put your comments in below for some suggestions for episodes. I'll see what I can do. Until then, you guys have a wonderful week.